Come in.
How are you doing today, sir?
How you doing, Mr. Chapman?
Pleasure to meet you.
Have a seat, please. Thank
Sir,
you.
thank you. Thank you for having me.
Sir, so Mr. Chapman, can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yes, sir. Well, my name is Garrett Chapman. I'm 24 years old. And I was born in Augusta, Georgia. Went to college. Got actually 3 degrees. I got an Associates of Arts from a junior college where I played baseball at. I have a bachelor's of business administration from Georgia Southern. And I also have a building construction technology job from a very well-known construction school in Greenwood, South Carolina. Played a little baseball in college. Grew up, playing baseball. My father was actually in the commercial industrial insulation business. So I've kind of, been around the construction industry a little bit my whole life. So this is kind of, what brought me into the industry and made me want to. Well, maybe want to become a residential home builder.
Right, and being a graduate from construction, what do you consider your strengths?
My strengths. Well, I have going to a construction school for 2 years. I have a vast background. I learned out how to lay houses out, how to use heavy equipment, how to estimate. Learned about the framing process, the roofing process. So really, I have a good background, a good solid background that I can fall back on, even though I don't have too much hands-on experience in the field. I kind of know how things go and how things are put together. So I feel like that's one of my strengths.
Right. So could you please tell me about a recent accomplishment that made you exceptionally proud?
A recent accomplishment. Well, over Christmas break, I worked for a residential framer. He actually worked for a builder that my dad is friends with in Florence. So that's how I got the job. But we started a smaller house. It was probably 1,800 square feet, and we started the project, and I was there from start to finish, and it was kind of cool watching it progress every day. And then at the end of the day, when our job was complete, I could look back on that house and say, hey, I had a helping hand in that job, and I worked hard, and we finished the project, passed all inspections on time.
Right. Here, as you're aware, construction has has lots of workloads and many hours. Can you describe a time your workload was heavy and how did you handle it?
Yeah. Like I said earlier, I was in the building construction school for 2 years, and while I was in that school for 2 years, I was also at doing Georgia Southern workload online. So I would go to school for Piedmont Tech from 8 to 3 o'clock every day. Would have homework for that school, and then after that, I would have homework for Georgia Southern that I have to complete, that week as well. So I felt like, during that time, I had a heavy school workload, and I did, quite well with it. Actually, at Piedmont Tech, I was an honor student, and at Georgia Southern, I had all A's and B's, and my ending GPA was over 3.0. So I felt like I handled the heavy workload, rather well.
Right. I reviewed your application. Could you please tell me why you're interested in this job?
I'm interested in the job just because, I went to a construction school and, I started learning and, I love how things, watching things being built. But I was, very interested in the estimator job because I fell in love with estimating. My dad was in the construction industry. He started off working in the warehouse, and then he became an estimator before he started his own company. So, like I said, I've been around estimating. And, when we just started doing it, I just loved, breaking down the house and finding out how many studs you have to have for it, how much sheetrock, lineal footage of plate material. And that's really why I'm interested in, I just love to estimate.
Right. So could you please tell me what motivates you?
What motivates me? Just waking up every day, going to work, getting the work done on time, doing a good job at it is really what motivates me. I just love to be, work hard every day.
Okay, well, I think that'll be it for the questions. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, yes, sir. What's your typical work day, and how does that go?
Well, here, a typical work day would mostly range from about 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. It really depends on how much work we have for the day and how much gets accomplished for the day.
Okay. I also have another one. Since I'm applying for the estimating job, do you have a head estimator who's going to sit down with us when if we get hired and show us the ropes and tell us what's to be expected every day?
Oh yes, we actually do. Here at our estimating department, we have a master estimator. So really, if we choose you for the job, you will be working with him every day, every hour. He's gonna be showing you the ropes, showing you how we estimate. You're gonna be working with our other people that works in the estimating department. So you're gonna be working with him mostly, training with him.
Awesome. I also have one thing. The company, I know it's a rather big company. Do y'all offer any kind of benefits?
Oh yes, we do. We actually offer truck per diem wherever we have to drive, and where we have to stay. We will also pay for that, and of course, we also offer really good insurance.
Awesome. That's good to know. Well, sir, I appreciate you having me here, taking your time out of your day. For this
Yes, sir. Thank you for coming.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Looking
you, Mr.
forward
Chapman.
to hearing back from you, sir.
Oh yes, sir.
Thank
We'll
you.
let you know in 2 weeks.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you. That was pretty solid.